What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gamescast, now episode 93, topic 1. I'm Alex. This is our conversational gaming show, a show that airs every other week, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, where I talk about all things gaming. Now, I've made videos on Sly Cooper before. I've talked about it before at length. I published a video talking about Sly Cooper 5, if we could get that, you know what that would look like. It did very, very good. That was back in the day. I think that was like 2 years ago. And then I wanted to take another crack at it this year, right before E3 happened. I made a video talking about, maybe a Sly Cooper remake. Maybe we get a remake similar to the Crash Bandicoot or the Spyro, you know, like a collection of all the Sly Cooper games, and we see if those games could sell. In this video, I want to talk about the TV show. So, and you know, and it's a little bit difficult. I'm not going to be talking about it in depth. I'm not like reviewing or anything, although I do want to pitch a couple of things to you. The Sly Cooper TV show that got off the ground really around a year ago, and it was talked about that this is definitely going to be a thing. It's going to make the jump to TV. Sony has the rights to it, and they're making it a television show, and it's going to be, I believe, a 52 episode show that's only like 10 to 11 minutes. So it's not like this is a half an hour show. It's not like this is an hour, you know, HBO show. This is a 10-minute kind of short series, I'd say, or short show in general, but there's going to be over 50 episodes, and it's Sly Cooper. And the question I have is two things. Firstly, I do want a little bit of feedback from you guys. Would you like to see, leave in the comments, and you can show your support by generally, you know, liking this video, subscribing, having this video be seen by as many people as possible. I want to know if you guys want me to talk more about the show when it's going on. Do you want me to do a review of a couple episodes? Do you want me to review the season? You know, do you want me to talk about the show in general? Let me know if that's something you guys want to do. I'd be interested in watching it for sure. So if there is interest, I will certainly cover it. But beyond that, what does the show mean? Well, to me, I do feel like it has the possibility of keeping Sly Cooper around. I think obviously that's what the show does in the first place. You don't have a show coming out and you don't have a 52 episode show that is, you know, as far as I know, I believe it has all the normal voice actors, so everybody's coming back. I don't think you have this happening if you think Sly is gone forever. I think, and all the rumors, and we've talked about it before, Sanzaru Games, you know, they have not made a game in a very long time, or they've been off of Sly for a very long time, and they've expressed interest that they would make future games. You have a studio like Blue Point that, yeah, they may be making the Demon's Souls remake, but could they ever, you know, could they expand and make a Sly Cooper? Could Sony do that? Could Sony give the rights to somebody else to kind of remake the game? The possibility for a Sly 5 is certainly still alive. I would never think it's not. I think with these if these last 2 years have shown us anything, it's that these remakes have so much power, and that the love of these 90s franchises. Now, Sly is a little bit older than that. You know, we've seen a lot of remakes. We've seen the Crash games, and the Crash games spawn multiple decades, but mainly they're the 90s, kind of the mid to late 90s. There were a couple Crashes in the early 2000s, but the quality kind of got away from there. The Spyro games, they're just as old. They're pretty darn old. We've seen those kind of things, and we've gotten remasters or remakes, Shadow of the Colossus, and a lot more. There's been a lot of remakes, and there's a lot more coming. Medieval, which is a very old game from place, I believe, like 1995, maybe even earlier. So clearly there's still, and here's the thing, actually, I don't understand why Medieval is getting a remaster or remake before Sly is. I truly don't understand that. I know it's like a cult classic or like a pop classic thing that was back in the day, and I know he appeared in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, one of the best games ever created in my opinion, and so was Sly. Sly was in that game as well, but I don't really understand why that gets the remake treatment before Sly Cooper. Point is, there is a lot of want and desire to bring back these franchises, and ultimately, and I've talked about it countless times with these other videos I made on these other games, you make them for the ultimate goal to make future games in the franchise. You don't remake Crash Bandicoot to just remake it. Sure, you can get a lot of money from that. Sure, you can, you know, poke at the nostalgia of people. That's absolutely for sure. But at the same time, you're doing it also to test the market. Do people want a Crash Bandicoot game again? Do people want Spyro again? You know, those kind of things. Then, once they do well, which those games have sold extremely well, then you can start thinking, okay, well, maybe we'll get a new one. I believe somebody even left in a comment, 2 years from now is the 25th anniversary of Crash, or 20th anniversary of Crash, so it makes sense. I mean, I do think a brand new game could very well be happening for the next generation of consoles, and there's a reason this is happening at the end of this gen. Imagine next gen with a brand new Spyro game, a brand new Crash Bandicoot game. Now, what does that have to do with Sly? Well, everything. I mean, Sly is definitely part of that collection. Sly is in the 2000s, though. It's a little bit more of the middle 2000 age, and that's totally fine, though. I think there's definitely a following for Sly, and Sly is the unique one of that group that still got support. You know, we had Sly Cooper Thieves in Time that released, what, in 2011 or 2010? I mean, we've gotten games, and we've gotten games recently. We had the remaster kind of collection that came to PS3 back in the day that put all three Slys together, and then obviously we got Thieves in Time. So, you know, we live in an era, even over the last decade, you can say we've gotten a brand new Sly Cooper game, not made from the same people who made the originals, not made from Sucker Punch. We got it from Sanzaru. So that is really, really cool, and the other franchises can't say that. And what that shows me is this is a franchise that, maybe because it's more modern, stands a chance still. And ultimately, you know, why did I talk about the TV show in the beginning? Well, I don't think you have a franchise that you're going to dedicate this much time to in a TV series. Now, are they going to make as much money from a TV series as they would a game? No, maybe it's cheaper to make a TV series, though. You could always look at that. But I don't think you dedicate this amount of effort and time to a TV series that you're going to have lots of episodes in, to then just leave it alone. This could be a very light gauging of what people think about Sly. And whether or not it is, I highly, highly encourage that if anybody wants future Sly things at all, a remake, the next game, a remaster, a collection put together, anything, and absolutely anything Sly Cooper related, I feel like we have to support the TV show best we can, which means no sailing the high seas, which means, you know, actually spending the money on whatever they put this out on to watch these episodes, show the support, talk about it on social media, and cover it. I may have just convinced myself to actually cover it because I feel like this is important. If the TV show does well and it shows people, or it shows Sony, let's say, that people still love Sly, well, what could be next? They have a huge gaming division. Gaming makes up the most of their profits, where they actually make money, all comes from their gaming division. They can look at that and say, hey, you want to try another Sly? It's been almost 10 years since the last one. We haven't made a remake of it yet. Maybe we could do a remake. Maybe that would cost less money and see if people still want it. There's a lot they can do. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying no matter, like, blindly support it. I'm not saying blindly support the TV show. If the show comes out and it's garbage, it's bad, then don't watch it. You know, that's just up to you. You know, if you like it, like it. If you don't like it, that's okay to not like it. From what I've seen of, like, the promotional pictures and stuff, it looks pretty okay, like animation-wise, or like how the art is actually put together. It looks fine. As long as it tells a decent story, if it has the voice actors to it, I think it's going to be fine. I don't think it's necessarily going to be terrible. So as long as it's okay, I would say support it. Same thing like I said with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. You know, don't blindly just buy that game to support it. I'm not saying that. But if we want future single-player Star Wars games, we need to support that one. Because even if it's a 6 out of 10 game, it's okay. Sure, you can maybe bash it a little bit online or bash about it to your friends, but it's important that we support it to show EA, show Disney in general, that we want those kind of games, and then they'll progressively, hopefully over time, get better. It's the same kind of thing. Will the show be a 10 out of 10 experience? Will the show be better than Sly 5? No, absolutely not. It won't, because we're not playing and we're not actually doing anything. We're just watching the television. But it could show them that we care about Sly enough to get us a new one. That's what's important, and as long as the show doesn't suck, I feel like we should support it. So ultimately, basically this video has just turned into a supporting the TV show video, but at the same time, I do feel like this TV show gives us hope. I remembered that this was happening. This has long been in the talks. I think since like 2017, they've been talking about doing this, and they greenlit it last year, and it's coming out, I believe, the fall, like October-ish of 2019, so it's right around the corner, and we're about to get all of this. So I am excited for that. I do think that means that Sly Cooper is still around. It's still in their thought processes, and I really am hoping. I mean, I cover games a lot, right, on this channel. I cover games for a living, pretty much, and I love a lot of different games. I truly do. I love so many games. I love so many things about the gaming industry. I love Sly Cooper, and it's definitely like in the top 5 franchises maybe of all time, maybe even the top 3. I want a new game. I want to see more Sly games. I would like a remake. I would like that kind of stuff. So I'm definitely in it. And again, guys, let me know in the comments below. Firstly, what do you think about all that stuff? What do you think about the TV show? What do you think about Sly's chances of, continuing the game franchise? Let me know. Again, let me know if you guys want me to cover the TV show. I can definitely do that if you want. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit that bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. And thank you, as always, for watching. I hope to see you on the next topic.